What if I told you that some of the most intelligent people you've ever met never looked the part? No showing off, no long speeches, no solving problems out loud to impress the room. In fact, psychology research suggests that extremely high intelligence often shows up in ways that look like the complete opposite of what we expect. Today we're looking at 10 surprisingly common habits found in people with very high IQs, and the few of them might make you rethink someone you already know. 1. They spend a lot of time alone. Highly intelligent people often choose solitude, not because they dislike people, but because their brains are constantly processing. Research from the London School of Economics found that people with higher IQs actually feel less satisfied with frequent socializing. Their brains simply crave quiet thinking time. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for deep thinking, planning, and reflection, needs space to work, and silence gives it exactly that. They're constantly curious. High IQ individuals don't just ask big philosophical questions, they ask small ones too. Why does this system work this way? Why do people behave that way? Their brain is always searching for patterns, and curiosity becomes the fuel that keeps it running. 3. They talk to themselves. This one surprises people, but psychologists call it self-directed speech, and studies show it actually improves focus, cognitive control, and working memory. When someone narrates their own thinking out loud, it's not a sign that something's wrong. It may be a sign that something's very right. 4. They're comfortable saying, "I don't know." You've probably heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect, where people with limited knowledge tend to overestimate what they know. Highly intelligent people tend to do the exact opposite. The more they learn, the more aware they become of how much complexity exists in the world, and that makes them genuinely comfortable admitting uncertainty. 5. They overthink small things. An analytical brain doesn't have an off switch. The same mental processes that help solve complex problems also analyze conversations, replay decisions, and explore multiple outcomes for things that might seem trivial to others. It looks like indecision from the outside. Internally, it's a brain running through models. Here's something worth pausing on. How often do we misread these behaviors? Someone who spends time alone seems antisocial. Someone who asks a lot of questions seems skeptical. Someone who says, "I don't know," seems uncertain. But sometimes, these are exactly the signs of a deeper kind of thinking. Let's keep going. 6. They have a strong humans of humor. Humor isn't just personality, it's cognition. To create or understand a good joke, your brain has to recognize patterns, break expectations, and connect ideas that don't usually belong together. Studies in intelligence research journals have found a measurable link between higher IQ and advanced humor processing. The funniest person in the room might also be the sharpest. 7. They change their minds. For highly intelligent people, beliefs aren't fixed identities, they're mental models. And when new evidence shows up, the model gets updated. Psychologists call this cognitive flexibility, and it's considered a key marker of problem solving. Changing your mind isn't weakness. It might be one of the clearest signs of intelligence there is. 8. They think more at night. Many high IQ individuals report their brain becoming most active late at night. Some researchers link this to cognitive flexibility, the ability to adapt to non-traditional rhythms. It's not about being a night owl for fun. For some people, the quiet of night is simply when the thinking goes deepest. 9. They observe more than they speak. In a conversation, highly intelligent people often hold back, not because they have nothing to say, but because they're watching first. They're picking up on social dynamics, reading emotional cues, gathering data. Then, when they do respond, it tends to land differently. That silence before the answer isn't emptiness, it's processing. They're always searching for meaning. High intelligence often comes with a heightened awareness of complexity in relationships, in society, in human behavior. And that awareness leads to deeper questions, not always dramatic philosophical ones. Sometimes it's just a quiet thought in the back of the mind. Why do we think the way we do? What's really going on here? That search for meaning, that quiet, persistent curiosity, might be the most honest definition of intelligence we have. So here's the thing about intelligence. It rarely announces itself. It doesn't show up to impress you. It shows up quietly in the habits, the questions, the late nights, and the willingness to say, I was wrong. Which of these habits did you recognize? In yourself or in someone you know? Let me know in the comments. And if this gave you something to think about, subscribe, because that's exactly what this channel is for.